Brought to you by Phillips 66 Aviation and by the Bose Headset 10. With over 700 FBOs nationwide and the strongest supply in the industry, it's no wonder Phillips 66 is aviation's #1 fuel provider. Phillips 66, the most trusted wings in aviation.
I'm Larry Anglisano reporting for AVweb at Sun and Fun 2010, and I'm sitting in the flight deck of a Douglas C-54. It's part of the Berlin Airlift Historical Foundation, and here's Foundation President Tim Chope.
This particular C-54 was actually operated by the U.S. Navy during the Berlin Airlift. This was manufactured in March of 1945. The foundation acquired it in 1992. It was actually in Canada when we found it. Today it has a little over 27,000 flying hours, and it's powered by 4 Pratt & Whitney R2000 engines, 1,450 horsepower each. I'm happy to say we fly it a little over 100 hours yearly. It's been ideal for, of course, its purpose of displaying the history of the airlift. Okay, on board the Spirit of Freedom is actually an exhibit in a museum about the Berlin Airlift. This is what we try to do, is preserve this history. Now, when guests normally board through the rear door, they'll be greeted by this electronic figure here who will give you certain clips about what the airlift was all about, sort of a history lesson from him. Then as you start down the airplane, we're going to come across various displays that were significant during the airlift. Here we're proud of this replica of Vittles, who was a 1-year-old boxer. General Curtis LeMay had a parachute actually made for him. He flew 130 missions in the Berlin Airlift. As we go on down, we're going to have some rare footage here of Gail Halverson's home movies. He was 27 years old, became known as the Berlin Candy Bomber, but these are his home movies that he took while he was in Berlin. Here we have the headline of the newspapers as the airlift was building, what the newspapers were reporting from around the country. Gives you a good idea what the United States, Great Britain, and France were confronted with to sustain 2.5 million people. The cartoon right here, Jake Schufert, who passed away about 4 years ago, but he would have a daily cartoon in the Airlift Times. It was a little newspaper they would have to show the fellows flying the lift just how progress was being made. So as we go forward here, we're very proud of our vintage radio that we normally have playing when visitors board the airplane.
Oh, Zenith.
Of course, up here we have what we're very proud of is honoring the 31 Americans who died during the airlift. Probably the only place you'll see all 31 photos at one time. There's 32 faces up there because one was killed in an accident not related to airplanes. It was a construction accident when they were building the Tegel Airport.
The Bose Aviation Headset 10 voted #1 for the 9th consecutive year in Professional Pilot's 2009 Annual Headset Preference Survey. Today's Aviation Headset 10 delivers a highly acclaimed combination of noise reduction, clear audio, and comfort that remains unmatched. Learn more at bose.com/headset.